Hello and welcome to the Halo Forge Epidemic. This is PsychoDuck, and I'm here with another competitive map feature to share with you guys. Today we are looking at Orion by SecretSchnitzel, and Orion kind of makes me think of Oreos. They must come from like the same root word or something. Which, honestly, I mean, this map's good, but Oreos are better. No doubt. But anyways, this is a symmetrical 4v4 map. And it is kind of inspired by Construct, mainly, but you might see some influences from other maps like Ivory Tower, which was more recently remade as Reflection in Halo Reach, and Colossus even. I don't know if they're intentional influences or not, but kind of something I noticed was some similarities to those maps as well. But anyways, yeah, so this map is great for Team Slayer, and Crazy King, and we'll be showing gameplay from both of those. There's also an MLG variant of this map that you can download. We should have a link to that in the description, and you can actually, play MLG Slayer, MLG King, and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. So this is kind of more of an arena-style 4v4 map. Lots of fun for more competitive games. Really solid design. It's just a fun map because it has all this verticality a la Construct, and some just cool ways to traverse the map, cool paths around the outside here, flow into this big central atrium with the big line of sight blocker in the middle, and it's just kind of a cool design. It plays a bit differently than most arena 4v4 maps, and it plays really well. So I'm using Jetpack for a lot of this gameplay because Jetpack's fun to use on here because of the verticality, and I felt like I never really use anything other than Sprint in my videos, so I figured I'd mix it up, and this was a good map to use Jetpack on. Something you will notice though is that the soft kill zone boundaries, sort of above the map, are kind of low in a lot of places, so you will kind of hit your head on them sometimes, which, I mean, they're soft kills, so it's not going to kill you. But you will get that little warning on your screen, which can get kind of annoying sometimes. And unfortunately, that's just because the sort of physical boundaries of the map, like the tops of the walls and whatnot, are just not, tall enough to, have soft kill boundaries any higher, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. But it's not bad, and it shouldn't bother you too much. And you won't even notice if you're not using Jetpack. So this is the sniper spawn, and you do get this cool line of sight right down the center of the map, and it's pretty powerful position, but like you can see here, you can actually get pinned by a guy with a DMR without too much difficulty. And you can do that, or if you grab the sniper, there's actually a teleporter right below it, which you can take to kind of get right over to the other side of the map, and start trying to snipe from there. And that side is where the 3 grav lifts that you should have seen at the very start of the video, those all empty out up there. So that's very much like Construct in the way you start off in that, well, red team starts off in that little room at the bottom of the 3 lifts and can just take them up. So that's, if you like Construct, you should like this map, even though it's very different. It is still very much inspired by Construct and has quite a few similarities, and of course it kind of feels like its own map, certainly, with a pretty cool weapon layout. Like I was saying, there's a sniper rifle. I don't even know what to say about this clip. Sometimes the physics in Reach, and hell, even in Halo 2 and 3 and probably Halo 1, just sometimes they just fail a little bit. You get funny moments like that. Yeah, so there's a sniper rifle which spawns up here, and then there's a rocket launcher which spawns down in bottom mid, and then an overshield which spawns in top mid. And this is into Crazy King footage now. There's 3 hill locations, so there's this one I'm overlooking right now with the sniper, and then it'll kind of switch to either the left or the right, and I believe it's actually a sequenced order, so you can predict the movement of the hills and get some really strategic King of the Hill gameplay. So whereas like Megalith was more of a casual, still competitive, but more casual, King of the Hill map, this is a bit more on the competitive side since it's really like an arena map. And yeah, these hills are all the hills are pretty difficult to hold because they're all very, very open. You know, and you need to work with your team to try to hold them, and also to try to push the enemies out, because you can't just spam grenades in there. The hills tend not to have any walls immediately surrounding them, so you can't like just chuck a grenade in there and have it like land in a corner and just sit there and blow up. You know, it'll probably bounce out a lot. So here I was hoping, since I had the overshield, I was like, oh yeah, I'll be fine, I'll go in the hill and no one can kill me, because you know, I can take so much damage. And then of course plasma pistol, whoop, and I'm screwed. But you know, so yeah, here's the central hill is pretty difficult to attack sometimes. But at the same time, if you're in it, it's just there's grenades raining down on you, and just, you know, a bunch of guys shooting at you. It's you know, it's just a very nice balance, honestly, because it feels difficult to push players out of the hills, but at the same time, it feels difficult to hold the hills. And of course, rockets are a very good way to clear people out of the hills, except for when you miss like that. But of course, I swear, every time that happens, you like survive some, you know, some guy with a rocket launcher comes and you survive, and then you always end up dying just 5 seconds later from like a DMR or something way wimpier than a rocket launcher, and it's always kind of funny. But here I've got rockets, so I'm hoping to go use them to push the enemies out of a hill. So I take the teleporter and I'm like, oh look, overshield, we're good. Use the starting invincibility you get from overshield, and you know, manage to take some guys out, but I'm gonna get a pretty horrendous rocket fail here. Don't do that. Just don't do that. It's not a good strategy. Shooting yourself with rockets just doesn't work too well. But I guess it happens. Happens to the best of us, obviously, because you know, clearly I'm the best Halo player around. Not. But yeah. So, anyways, yeah, just King is a lot of fun on here. And you get some fun weapons like I know I like to talk about the plasma rifle a lot and how much fun it is to just use that sometimes. And here's Frosto thinking he can ninja me, which doesn't work. I always laugh when people try to do that because they fail like 99% of the time. But you know, it's always kind of funny. And I guess the gameplay is wrapping up. So yeah, if you're more of the competitive 4v4 arena crowd, this map should suit you pretty well, just like Select would have, or even Unconquered. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. This has been Psychoduck with the Halo Forge Epidemic. Keep watching our vids and subscribe, please, and I'll see you guys later.